Hi everybody, welcome to Jenna's Stitches. My name is Jenna. This video is just going to show you everything I've been working on since my last update video. I have 2 finished objects, 1 new start, and 1 whip that you have seen previously that I got some progress done on. So I will start with the first finished object, and it is a little bralette. This is the caged halter top. I've shown it previously in other videos. I've made several of them so far. So I will link the YouTube tutorial for it down below. I did modify this one a little bit compared to the tutorial. I made the body just a little bit longer. But I am making these to eventually sell. I have quite a few made. I'm going to go through them later today and see what I got and maybe get them uploaded to Facebook and Etsy in hopes to start selling them. This one is in a small, so it would be considered a size A, possibly B for the cup size. And this was made with Sugar Wheels cotton. I don't remember the colorway right now. I want to say it's lilac. I said that I really never say lilac. I always say lilac. That was weird. But the neck is just a halter neck, and then it ties in the back here by crisscrossing. Kind of hard to show on camera. But there's that. And then the other finished project I have shown several times is my brother's blanket. So I know I mentioned in my last video that was an update that I wanted to finish it before I went into the hospital. That did not happen. And I will explain why. The last time you guys saw it, I believe I had just finished this section and had started this section, or I was still working on this section. But when I started doing this section, I had my pattern wrong, and I was about halfway done with it, actually. I believe that's what it was in the last video. So I was about halfway done with this section. That's why I was like, oh, I'm going to get this done before I have my surgery. I ended up doing half of this pattern before I realized it was wrong. So I had to frog it all out. And I do believe when I was talking about this in my last video, I was just talking about how I never frog, but that I had to. There was no way to work around it. It wouldn't have matched the other half, so I had to, but there is that, and then it goes to those sections, this black section, this is the middle, and then it repeats backwards, so there's that section again, and there's those 3. So it definitely wouldn't have looked right if I didn't frog it out and fix it. And with this, I did the double border that you see common in mosaic blankets. I didn't really do that good of a job on it. Honestly, it was my first time doing it. I really struggled getting into my chain. I've always been a very tight chain crocheter. I even went up a hook size, and I still had a really hard time getting into the sides of this chain to make that double border. But what this is, or it could be called an envelope border, I've heard it referred to as that as well. But you make double crochets or whatever you want to do on both sides, and then you put your ends inside it and then sew it closed. I think I slip stitched it closed. That way you don't have to weave in all those ends, because with mosaic, at least this kind, you are cutting every single row to change colors. So that is finally done. I will see him on Sunday for my son's birthday party, so I'm going to give it to him then. And the next one that I made progress on that you guys have seen before is the blanket I'm making for my husband. This is the Casablanca Mosaic Crochet by Tina. And here is what I got done. So if you look closely, there is a stitch marker So that is all I had done the last time you guys saw it. I now have all of chart 1 done. So with this pattern, there is, I'm just going to briefly show this, charts that show you where to put the stitches. And it has chart 1 and chart 2, and then you repeat that several times until it's the size you want it. I think it refers to 3 times in the pattern, but honestly you could keep doing it until it's the size you want. Why is that like that? The stitch is very loose right there. So this is all of chart 1. So I did work on this quite a bit when I was in the hospital. One of the nurses I had, who was very awesome, refers to it as the Harry Potter blanket, or scarf. I told her it was a blanket, but she referred to it as a scarf every time she talked to me. She said the colors just reminded her of Harry Potter, so that is now what I've been referring to it as the Harry Potter blanket. I love it. Just, I'm admiring it as I film it. It's very pretty. I love the colors that he chose, and I can't wait to get more progress done on that. And then the last thing I have here is a new start, and this is the Daddy-O Kale that is happening right now. It is by Lindsay George with LG Fiberworks. I'll link her down below. She does have a YouTube channel. I kind of look at it. I didn't see many videos, but she does have a YouTube channel. She has a Facebook group, which I'm a part of. She has Ravelry, which is where I purchased the pattern. And if you are interested in the pattern, during the time that the kale is happening, which I believe there is 4 more weeks of it, the pattern is 40% off. I didn't know that at the time that I purchased it. I did know that, but I didn't have the code for it, and I didn't realize you needed a code. I thought it would automatically be 40% off, so I believe I paid full price for it, which is not a big deal at all. I don't care. So this is the blanket. It's called the Daddy-O blanket. The one thing I really like about her patterns, this is the first one I've actually purchased and am working on, but they all have a awareness behind them. So this says it is the aortic valve stenosis awareness, and then the first couple pages after it explains the materials you need and all the lingo, it does explain what that stenosis is and why it's important to her, and all of her projects are like that I've seen. All of them refer back to some kind of medical issue, and it gives a breakdown of what they are and how they're treated and things like that. So I think that's really cool. There's one more shot of it. So with this, she recommends, and it does say down here, to use 2 cakes of one color of the Lion Brand Mandala bonus bundles, and then 2 cakes of 2 different colors of the Lion Brand mandalas. I chose to do 2 cakes of one color of the bonus bundle and 4 cakes of one color of the mandala, instead of doing 2 cakes of 2 different colors. So I did start it. I had to frog it all the way back to the beginning and start it again because I completely forgot it's mosaic crochet, and that is done single crochet and back loop only, or you can't do your drop downs. So I did have to, in this section, right when I got to the first drop down section, I have to completely frog it all back and restart. But this is probably half of part 1 that I've done so far. After having surgery, I just have had no energy, and yesterday I was in horrible amount of pain throughout the day, so I didn't pick up any crochet yesterday, but that's as much as I've gotten done in the last couple of days. You can see my heart starting to form here. And with this, I am doing The regular mandalas are in Valkyrie. I have 4 of these, I believe only 4, so it kind of is perfect. It will use all 4 of them. And that is the colorway. And then the bonus bundle I am using is Sasquatch. And I also have 4 of these. I might actually have 5. But I have one that is mandala corn, which I believe is right here. Yes. So I won't use it for this project. I'll use one of my full ones. But I do have a mandala corn of it that does not have the orange in it. So, but I do have 4 of these. So it will work perfect. I'll still have the 2 left over to do whatever I want with when I'm done. So there is everything I've been working on. Plan to probably just crochet for the rest of the day today, since I haven't in the last couple of days, but I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for joining me. Bye.